This is a fully DIY IDEX 3D printer built from aluminum extrusions, smooth rods and mostly 3D printed parts. It has two independent extruders that can print in duplicate mode and mirror mode. And the entire machine runs on Marlin firmware using a RAMS 1.4 and an additional CNC shield. So before we get into this build, what is an IDEX printer? IDEX stands for Independent Dual Extruder, where each extruder has its own x-axis, its motor and its hot end. So instead of one nozzle doing everything, we have two separate printers on the same machine. Now what does it enable? It allows us duplicate mode, print two identical parts at the same time, mirror mode, left and right mirrored part in one go, and multi-material multicolor printing. And the best part is, it cuts print time in half for batch parts. And for multicolor part, it weighs much less filament as compared to single nozzle purging system. Now the real question is why I am building this printer when everyone is moving towards single nozzle multicolor printer. It's because at Mech Ninja we design UAVs, robotic systems and mechanical assemblies. And these projects involve a lot of parts and many of them are identical. So it's not like I don't like multicolor printing. Currently my priority is saving time, not colors. I'll be using one of the most basic boards, RAMS 1.4, but RAMS can only handle up to 5 stepper motor, and since this is an IDEX printer, I need one additional motor. So I'll be using a spare CNC shield to drive an additional axis. It's simple, cheap and it works. This time instead of using PVC pipes or L angles like my previous build, I'm going to use V-slot aluminum extrusion. My older printers were good for that time, but this build is meant to be more rigid, more modular and more machined style. And this time I'm using a large print bed of 300 by 300 mm. I have printed all the parts in 0.2 mm layer height and 30% infill, and that's strong enough. So alright, that's the concept and design logic. Now let's start with the actual assembly. Here are all the electronics that will be used in this printer. I'll start with the base frame. This power supply case also works as a structural part and holds the aluminum extrusion in place. I'll mostly be using M5 10mm bolts and sliding nuts. The base is done, now let's mount the vertical column. I'll be using these 3D printed connectors for alignment. This is the electronics case that will be attached from the bottom side. Now let's move to the Y-axis carriage. I'll be using LM8UU bearings for this. The center part holds all 4 arms. Slide the 8mm smooth rods through the bearings and check for the alignment. This is the Y-axis end stop, mounted on the frame support. The Y-axis carriage is done. I'll be using the 20 teeth idler pulley and NEMA 17 motor for the bed. The belt is attached using zip ties and can be tightened using the tensioner. This is the Z motor mount. It attaches directly to the motor and the aluminum extrusion. This will lift the entire X-axis assembly. Now let's start with the X-axis assembly. Starting with the left extruder mount. I'll be using an M8 threaded rod to lift the X-axis. This is the front side that will hold the X-axis motor. I have already connected an end stop. The aluminum extrusion is attached using sliding nuts. 2 V-slot wheels are fixed normally and the third uses an eccentric nut for tension adjustment. The pulley tensioner is placed in its mount. Now let's assemble the hot end carriage. Slide it onto the aluminum extrusion. If it's loose, tighten it using the eccentric nut. This is the second X-axis motor mount. It's almost symmetrical to the left one except the motor is placed on the top side. I have assembled all the parts, now let's mount it to the printer. Slide it from the top side. I used a hair dryer to relieve internal stresses in the 3D printed parts. Attach the 5x8mm coupling shafts. Then connect the M8 threaded rods. I'll be using the most common MK8 extruder. Fix it in the provided mount. I have attached the second one too. These bearings will prevent threaded rod wobble. This is the hot end housing. which holds one layer cooling fan and one hot end cooling fan. I'll be using CR10 24V hot ends. Attach these using M3 screws. Connect both PT-heavy tubes to the respected extruders. Attach the hot end covers and manage the wire using zip ties. The wiring looks messy, so I'll wrap it with sleeve tubing. Now this RAMS 1.4 is designed for 12V. To run it on 24V, remove this tiny diode. Now the Arduino must be powered separately using a buck converter. This is the Arduino Mega, the brain. I'm using DRV drivers. This is a 24V 15A power supply. This is a 300 by 300 mm heat bed. I won't power the heat bed directly from the RAMs. I'll use a MOSFET driver for safety. Now let's connect everything. The full wiring diagram is in the description. Everything is assembled, now it's time to code. Connect Arduino to the laptop, download the firmware from the website and open marlin.ini file. Select the port and board from the tools and click compile and upload. If you get any error, then just install the missing libraries. Once uploaded, you'll see the display turned on. Now check the motor direction from the menu. If a motor moves wrong, just flip the connector. Attach the top cover and a cooling fan for the electronics. Heatbed is mounted using springs and M4 bolts. Connect the LCD to its mount and attach it to the printer. So finally the printer is ready and it looks almost identical to the CAD model. And I won't lie, positioning the second nozzle was painful because I forgot to add the height adjuster, but eventually it worked in the end. Now let's first home it. Alright, I'll start with the calibration cube and you can download it from my website themacninja.com. And slicing for IDEX printer is a little tricky. I'll explain that in a separate video. So for now, let's start the print. Okay, so it needs some start G-code calibration because instead of lifting up, it just went straight to the side. And you can see the second nozzle already started extruding, which it shouldn't be doing right now. But anyway, these are small issues that's expected in a first run. It's really satisfying to watch both nozzles move together. This is the first time I'm seeing this machine actually come alive. After a few layers, the even print shifted. So I stopped caring about that one and just continued watching the second one. Then after some time, E2 lost the filament completely. And this loose extruder gear was the culprit. So at this point I basically have two half-failed calibration cube and one very premature success. So I switched to carpenter's tape on the glass bed and this time I decided to print the Benchy. So finally we get our first real prints from the IDEX printer. I won't say it's perfect, the waves are kind of wavy and it clearly needs calibration. And these benches are quite slim because the y-axis is not calibrated. But the important thing is this DIY printer actually did what it was supposed to do, to print two parts at the same time. And don't forget, this entire thing is running on Arduino Mega. This printer took a lot of time and honestly it's going to take more time to do these small tunings. So I'll keep working on it and in the upgraded video, I'll improve the design and turn it into what I actually want it to be. Let's wrap up this project. If you have liked this video and found it useful, make sure to like, share and subscribe to my MacNinja YouTube channel. So thank you guys for watching it. I'll catch you later with the next project.